Hey, what's going on? I recently got into a conversation with a group of guys, some motorcyclists, and they were talking about shifting somehow. We got into that. And we were talking about shifting without a clutch. And I had a lot of these guys swear up and down that shifting without a clutch would just destroy your transmission. And the only reason racers do it is because they don't give a damn. They're on a race bike. It's going to be gone anyway. They're going to rebuild it every race. I tried to tell them that's actually not how it works, but maybe a lot of people don't really get it, you know? So I figured I'd explain a little bit why you can upshift without a clutch on a motorbike. The transmission is not like the transmission in a manual car. Oh, that was weird. How soft. It's a little bit different. What happens when you go to shift? This light sucks. Yeah, just go, car. You gotta be aggressive. Now these guys can go. That green car can go. Alright, here, just watch when I take off here. Yeah, go on, green car. It's your go. It's your go. Now we go. Once again, this is my clutch in hand. That's a bit here. That felt just the same as if I use the clutch. A lot of times I will use it just because, I don't know, I'm just not thinking about it. I'll just do it because that's how I would normally do things. But it doesn't hurt anything to do what I just did. The important thing is the letting off. See, when you pull the clutch in, what ends up happening is these things called these dog engagements. They're pretty much these giant block things that spin like this and lock into this other spinning thing. It's got things like this and it pulls it. Well, there's meant to be a gap in there. And there's meant to be a little bit of play. When you pull the clutch in, it takes, releases the pressure off the transmission, kind of lets those loosen up a little bit, so then you can slide out of one and slide back into the next one. The gears are always mesh, that's where you get the constant mesh transmission. But the dogs are not, the dogs slip in and out of each other. They're almost like really big gears with big funny teeth, I'm just using the clutch right there again. I just do it, of course I have it. And, but pretty much the same thing happens when you pull the clutch into when you let off the throttle. You ever notice on your motorcycles, even your nicest, well-built motorcycles, all got a little bit of kind of slop a little bit, if you call it. And you let off to get back on, Some of it's the chain pulling up a little bit of slack, but a lot of it's that transmission, Yeah, that dog hitting hitting the other side there for the engagement, and it's literally the exact same thing. I've been doing that on this bike since I got it. I got this bike, it had, I think, 15,000 miles on it. It's got 33,000 on it now, and I do that all the time. And it's fine. Whenever you shift on a wheelie, you don't use the clutch at all. You just kind of let off and shift, and that's how it's explained to you that it's not going to hurt it. It really won't. Downshifting, I think the only reason you don't want to do a downshifting is way too hard to find it when you're downshifting it, As you let off the throttle and you put pressure when you're upshifting, that's what I do. I just put light pressure as I let off the throttle. It just it shifts. It feels like you pulled the clutch in. Go down one, put light pressure on it. As soon as I let off, it shifted on its own. And it's that RPM matching, really quick. That's part of what it is, as well as just let off the pressure and let it slip into the next one, and the RPM was in the exact right spot because you had pressure on it as it was falling. And you can do it fast, like when you're going hauling ass, and it doesn't jerk or pop anything. It just slips right in, just like as if you were to pull the clutch sled in and out. Sometimes it's actually a little smoother, in my opinion, than using the clutch when you're going balls out, because you can tend to actually kind of drop the clutch again. You get your shift and the RPM pops, because you're not always matching the let off of the pull. You kind of do naturally after a while, but still, if you're going real fast, it's easy to kind of miss it just a little bit. But with that, there's no way to miss it, You put that light pressure on it, you hit that max RPM, let off, boom, it just shifts, right back into the throttle, good to go. I'll show you this slide up here. I'd use it again. Obviously, you have to use it when you're stopped going out of neutral, and it would stall. I think y'all all know that. There we go. I'll drop back down to first. Here we go. car. But there you go. I mean, it's really smooth. It just feels like almost continuous, just pulling. There's just like slight let off, but there's no clang when it hits the next gear because there is no clang. It slipped right in. It's no damage done. And if you still don't believe me, I don't know, look up a video or something. Try to see if you can find one that shows like a 3D graph or something about how one of those things works. You'll see.